The entire team at Emsolation want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. We want to recognise that we are recording and telling our stories on the stolen land of our country's first storytellers. We wish to pay our respects to all Wurundjeri elders and ancestors, and to extend that respect to any First Nations peoples who listen to Emsolation. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's continued connection to the land and waters of this country, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be.
Emrasiano.
One of the show announced an arena spectacular. Who could it be?
And Michael Lucas.
I mean, it's really unfortunate when it happens. God, I wish I could give particular examples.
This is Emsolation.
We're going to talk about a situation.
The moment that Em's life was ruined.
I'm going to be saying surprisingly little.
I don't believe it.
You're in Emsolation.
Nice. Clack. Hello. Welcome to Emsolation. My name is Em Russiano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, soon to be playing Mariah Carey Arena. And you're a diverse magic brain and a podcaster. And together with my best friend since I was 11, Logie Award nominated Michael Lucas. Please vote.
Please vote. Not just for me, but for Michelle M. Davidson, Sam Reid, Anna Torv, the show, Julia Morris. Well, it's hard because Julia, Asha and Tony Armstrong, I would also say we all want you to vote for, but they're all against each other.
No.
So just pick your favourite.
Julia.
Okay.
This show is endorsing Julia Morris.
Is it? What about Asha?
No, this show is endorsing Julia Morris because our daughters are best friends and she's my friend.
Okay.
And I'm playing the friend card. Okay?
All right.
All right. I love them all. They're all great, but we want Julia Morris. This is Emsolation. Welcome. Julia Morris has never won a single Logie.
I know, it's a crime.
Of
Also,
any colour.
She did a social media post where she was pointing out how empty her shelves were, and she's won for the wittiest campaign, for sure.
I need to get her in to talk about what she did to her toilet. Because in the video, I went to her house a few weeks ago and she said, come and look at what I did to my toilet. And I'm like, okay. And I walked in. She has gold leafed
I saw
her
that.
toilet
Right, yeah.
with a tiny brush and gold leafing. Like, I'm not joking, bitch. She has, and it is an unmitigated disaster. It is you go in there for a shit and you leave with gold flecks all over your leg.
That is amazing.
It is, and it's an amazing toilet, and that it's so maximalist power queen.
Yeah.
The lid is a bejeweled thing that says VIP.
Oh,
But the whole toilet, she just went in hard. It was classic. She's like, I have no skill in this. I'm not even going to Google how to do it. But I'm going to
pay someone who's qualified.
A brush and she gold leafed the white porcelain herself.
That is amazing.
And she said she became like possessed. Like she knew it was bad.
Was it sort of, is it intended to become the shrine for the gold Logie should she win it?
I'm insisting that's where it lives.
It would have to.
It is it's almost like it's foreshadowing. I said to her, surely this is some kind of sign from the gods that you have created this gold monstrosity that looks like a fever dream from copper art. I'm not joking. It is. When I said to her, I walked in and I laughed for 5 minutes, and I really understood that thing of it's bad. So you double down. You commit.
Yeah.
You Raygun at the Olympics.
Oh, I knew you were going there. It's ruined your life. Stop it.
It's ruined my life.
But the difference is that you're celebrating, Julia. The difference is it wasn't an international peak competition.
The toilet's not culturally appropriating anything. Anyway, Julia Morris's toilet is the stuff of legends. And I said to her, you must do the story. If you win the gold Logie, I will go there and I will build her the fucking gold shelf to put it on above the gold VIP dunny. It's amazing. Anyway, people need to vote for the Newsreader. In all the categories.
You can vote for the Newsreader and Julia. That's great. We don't have anyone up for gold, so go for your life in the gold category. Vote for friend of the show, Julia Morris.
Absolutely.
Michelle M. Davidson too.
Yes, Michelle M. Davidson. I'd love it if she won.
Can
you imagine?
I can.
She's presenting.
I can't wait.
She's presenting with Stephen Peacock.
Never has anyone been more poised to give a speech.
Never.
Than Michelle M. Davidson. You know what? She doesn't win, but she will. Let's get her on to give the speech.
Well, she might not want to.
I think.
Okay.
Sorry,
well, all right,
what?
We'll make that offer. We'll make that offer.
We both know Michelle and Davidson.
I remember I once gave a speech that when we didn't win something and I gave it on the show.
I gave a speech when I didn't win the actor award for best.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, when I realised it wasn't a real award. They just wanted access to my audience.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of whoring, one of the show announced an arena spectacular. Who could it be? It could be anyone. Could be anyone. In this instance, it is in fact I.
It is.
It is me. I have announced that I am bringing Outgrown for one final spectacular performance.
Due to overwhelming demand.
True.
Yeah.
Palais sold out so long ago.
Do you know what it's like? It's like when they decided they had to bump Kesha at Lollapalooza and they're like, Chappell, you just have to play this enormous thing. That's what it's like. You're the Chappell Roan of Melbourne.
Did they bump Kesha?
No, Kesha, and this makes me love her, she had the big area and Chappell was on a smaller area because at that stage when they did the lineup, Chappell was still emerging. But then Kesha, like the queen she is, said, no, you know what? This is your moment. Take the big one. And then Chappell broke the record. She had like 650,000 people that crushed in. It's amazing.
So all hope is not lost for white women after all.
No.
It's ruined my life.
There's heroes and villains and people in the murky in between in white women this week.
My friend Santillich Ngayabe rang me and opened with, are white women okay? That was her opening line.
But, I mean, does she really need an answer to that question?
I said, I'm so sorry. I'm going to call a meeting. White women.
Zooms. That's what people do now.
White women, we need a fucking meeting.
We need to sit down.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Anyway, yes, the Arena Spectacular is happening December the 7th. And initially, Frontier, we said, look, we're going to have to put a second Melbourne show on. It's going to happen. Were you thinking about I should get Raygun as my opening act? Is that what you were about to say? It's ruined my life. This breakdancing situation has ruined, it's taken up so much real estate and we are not talking about it until the sealed section. Because that's where I feel safe to unload.
Because we know you motherfuckers will want to pay for it. Because she's researched every element of it.
15 pages.
15 pages.
At the end of the day, I'm
hyperfixated.
going to make you deliver the message because you won't get attacked.
Ah.
White women's Instagram, latte foam art.
Oh, come on.
It was so right.
It's a woman's world and you're lucky to be living in it. Aha.
It's a white woman's world, indeed. So, what are we talking about? White women.
No, Margaret
Arena
Court
Spectacular.
Arena. Another white woman, Margaret Court.
We're changing it to Mariah Carey Arena for obvious reasons, or just the even Margaret Court don't call themselves Margaret Court, by the way. They're MC Arena everywhere.
Okay, of course. Well, that sounds cooler. Yeah. When did you how did the idea emerge? Obviously, it was out there that you needed to do another show, but how did it go from just another Palais show to the full Arena, MCA?
And the Palais was available. But
choices were made.
Sahara, head of Frontier Touring, she said to me, look, I've pulled the avails for Margaret Court Arena. And I said, whatever, can I get the Palais? She's like, no, we think you should play Margaret Court Arena. And I was like, are you? No. I'm struggling to sell a ticket in Launceston. What am I going to do, put on an arena show? She's like, it's your hometown. It's December.
Yeah.
I think your community will show up.
And there's so many people that haven't been able to get into the
Correct.
Melbourne show.
But what I'm seeing now at the announcement is everybody who has already seen it in other states is booking flights and accom.
Yeah.
So I just want to say to everyone, the show is obviously going to be put on in Melbourne on August 30 to 3,000 people. And I genuinely think if the show isn't already sold out by then, those 3,000 people are going to try and jump on to get more tickets. So if you're holding off buying this week or next week.
Hang on, it goes on sale on the day you play the Palais.
No. Oh. This show goes on sale this Thursday.
Okay, all right. Okay,
for pre-sale.
Okay, yeah.
And then Monday to general public.
Right.
But I'm just saying I think there's going to be an influx of buyers after the Melbourne show.
Okay. So
because they might all be holding off because they haven't seen it
you
yet.
snooze, you lose, basically.
I think
Get
so.
on in.
So it's very exciting because I did see John Peter Farnham play that very same precinct as a 10-year-old and it was life-changing.
Yes.
And I remember the atmosphere and I remember feeling not out of place and like I was with my community and the thought that I could be recreating that experience for other people who will be amongst their people in a community.
Hello ground. I saw Obama there.
Sure.
I did. I saw Obama there. I saw Disney on Ice there. I mean, you're like, it's just perfect that you're the next step.
And honestly, across the road, Olympic Park is where I spent all of my youth training for athletics. It's like that precinct holds so much for me, and so much of my blood, sweat, and tears have gone into that area. Is that Swan Street? The Swan Street. Is that what that street? No, Olympic
Richmond.
Boulevard. Olympic Boulevard.
Right, yeah.
So it all feels kismet and right. And it's very exciting / overwhelming. And I just have this vision of, like, you know, when the witches gather at midnight on the first full moon.
Yes.
I just have this vision.
It's a happening.
It's a happening.
Yeah.
It's convergence.
Yes.
It's like there's just going to be, imagine.
It's a phenomenon.
It's a phenomenon. Yes.
And the show will, pray tell, the show be exactly the same, or will it evolve?
No, it's going to evolve. It has to evolve. If I can sell enough tickets, we're going to film it. I will let you know that. So if I can sell enough tickets to pay for the filming, that's my intention. We've met with production companies. So because of that, certain elements of the show have to be changed, because it's going to shock you that I don't know that the whoever made Defying Gravity is going to be happy with me.
Singing Defying Patriarchy.
Or just possibly the
Stephen
line,
Schwartz, who wrote that song.
"You cunts better run." I don't know how Stephen will feel about that.
Sure.
So we are going to make inquiries about licensing.
And it probably would be coming out right at you'd be performing right at the time when Wicked comes out, right?
It's almost like I knew this. It's really insulting when people say to me, God, it's amazing how, you know, green and gold is such a huge factor in your poster art and the Olympics we're on. And that Wicked's coming out and the main premise of your show is like the Wicked pull through. I'm like, yeah, it's a real coincidence. Sure. I didn't think that through.
Do you
like
think
psycho.
Taylor Swift capitalizing KIM in "Thank You, Amy" is a coincidence?
Like, I didn't sit there like with my red string trying to catch a serial killer because I'm a cop trying to get his ex-wife back. I planned this shit down to the nth. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's very exciting. Pre-sale's happening on Thursday. Today. Oh shit, pre-sale's happening right now.
Wow.
And then G-Pub tickets go out on Monday.
Wow.
Please come. I just have this vision of Emsolators from near and far finally meeting and gathering. Maybe they've never met IRL. Mm-hmm. It's very exciting. More to come, obviously. Where do we even begin? Where do you want to start? Should we start with Celine, because that's the oldest news?
Yes.
Because that will lead us into Bear Cub.
Okay.
Radio Reset. Everybody sent this to us, by the way.
Right. Okay. Great. Of course.
Yep.
So Celine Dion had to post an official statement. And also, can I just say, our hearts stop when there's an official statement from Celine.
So at 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm rolling over, checking my phone, I just squintily see on behalf of Celine Dion's management, and it's a black, and I'm like, I dropped. I'm
Are
like,
you fucking kidding me?
she's dead.
Yeah.
I was so, and then I quickly like put my glasses on. I was like, it was actually kind of cool the way it rebounded. Because
Oh, no.
at the end, I was just like,
so
wow.
good. And then it was so joyful. But also, I have to say, I mean, obviously, may she live forever.
Cross
but,
myself.
I mean, if it were, in fact, the end, what a way to go. Sing at the Eiffel
I
Tower
know.
and then a week later.
I was thinking, my mind's like, God, that took it out of her. It gave everything she had to that final performance. But she's fine. She's fine. She's so fine. Touch wood. Yes.
But no, they were forced to make a statement because, as it turned out, at one of his rallies, Donald Trump played "My Heart Will Go On," which was strictly unauthorized. Firstly, okay, well, let's just read the statement.
Let's read the statement that she put out. Today, Celine Dion's management team and her record label, Sony Music Entertainment Canada Inc. Now, that's the line I read thinking,
Yeah.
oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Became aware of the unauthorized usage of the video, recording, musical performance and likeness of Celine Dion singing My Heart Will Go On at a Donald Trump J.D. Vance campaign rally in Montana. In no way is this use authorized, and Celine Dion does not endorse this or any similar use. ...
And really, that song?
Hi, gay.
Well, you know it was a gay that said that.
100%.
Yeah.
Now I want to get everybody in this room to read that last bit. Okay, I'm going to do how I think it sounded. Yeah. Okay. In no way is this use authorized, and Celine Dion does not endorse this or any similar use. And really, that song. Okay, Ben. How do you think it sounded?
In no way is the use authorised, and Celine Dion does not endorse this or any similar use. And really, that song?
Whoa!
Hi,
That was, you were painting with all the colours of the wind there.
James, as a gay, this is your, it's like
As a
swearing on the
Bible.
Bible.
I actually think the person that wrote it probably looked
More
very
James.
similar to James.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going to
James,
do my inner Selena Meyer.
do it.
In no way is this use authorized, and my dear friend Celine Dion does not endorse this or any similar use. And really, that song?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I feel like there was a touch of the Schitt's Creek there too, which I appreciated.
Moira or David?
David.
Oh, yeah. So this was, what a triumph.
What a triumph.
Who at Trump camp went, you know what we need here? The song that reminds people of the
dying
Titanic
in the freezing to
hitting an
death.
iceberg.
And lost love.
Do you think people might equate our campaign to the Titanic if we play this song?
I'm so
Was it a
baffled by it.
troll? Because
Yeah.
Trump and Vance are heading for a political iceberg.
Let's hope.
I mean, I just don't understand how they thought this was... Nobody looks back at the Titanic and think that was a tightly run ship.
I feel like
Thank you.
it was the ship of dreams.
Thank you. I'm a professional comedian.
Actually, you know what that voiceover is in Titanic? It's aged so badly. Ship of dreams for everyone else, but for me, it was a slave ship taking me back in chains. Oh, white women. Anyway, that is what it says.
White women.
That was written by a white man. Had to be delivered by a white woman, though. Anyway,
Is that really the line?
that's the line.
Say it again.
It was the ship of dreams for everyone else, but for me, it was a slave ship taking me back in chains. Because she was marrying an absurdly rich but abusive man.
First class.
I know.
She was likening
It
her
was
plight.
the 90s, all right? To, yes, a slave being shipped. Yes. Yes. She was. That was a line. That's where we were in 1997, everyone.
I don't think I can recover.
Was there a single black person on screen? Of course not. No. But was there still a reference to slave ships? Of course.
Oh.
Because Rose DeWitt Picator aligned herself with slaves. Anyway,
The
look.
breakdancing has ruined my life.
Yes. But Celine, look, and also this is as close as we're going to get to a presidential endorsement from Celine, I think. She strikes me as in the Dolly thing. She won't, she knows that she attracts conservatives and progressives. And so but I'm thrilled that we got this. I'm actually
thrilled too.
glad that it happened just purely so that she could give a slap down to Trump at the pinnacle. She's never been more beloved or respected than she is right now.
That final line. And I can just imagine her shouting it from the toilet with Renee looking down from the gold frame. I just love it. Speaking of US politics, though, there is a story that's been doing the rounds. Now, a lot of you may not even know, or some of you do know, there are independent candidates running as well. They're just not getting...
Primarily RFK, who's the...
An old mate, what's her name? The Green...
Jill Stein.
Yeah, Jill Stein. Yeah. Who ultimately took votes away from Hillary in 2016.
Oh, and they conservatives gave anonymous donations to fund her because they knew that she would sap things from Hillary, and she did. She might have
absolutely did.
cost her the election. I don't know that, but she was not helpful.
Neither were white women.
No, most of them voted for Donald Trump. It's true.
My God, what is going on? I'm calling a meeting, bitches. I'm calling a meeting. The breakdancing ruined my life. Now, RFJ.
RFK.
RFK.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy's nephew.
Correct.
Yeah.
He is running for president.
He's a fascinating fellow.
Fascinating. Now, he did make the news a little while ago when it was discovered he had a parasite on his brain.
Yes, and we should just say he's a conspiracy theorist, anti-vaxxer. But he had he had a
he's
brain
the
worm.
uncle you're told to avoid. At this point, Trump looks like the sensible uncle compared to this man.
Yeah.
This man should not be anywhere near the nuclear codes. Actually, I think they're as bad as each other. But
Yes.
this guy is outwardly nuts.
Crazy.
Yes. So he had
Yeah.
a worm on his brain.
But that actually was proven to be correct.
Yes.
Like, he had medical evidence.
Yes.
And apparently, we should not think that caused brain damage or anything, but it is anyway. That was the weird chapter. We thought surely that's
I'd
the
lean
weirdest thing.
heavily on that if I was in his camp. I'd be like, so wipe everything this guy said previous to this. He had a
the brain worm.
He had a worm on his brain. It's not him, it's the worm. The worm's the conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
It's got a tiny little hat on with a coat hanger on the top. Look at it. Ooh,
I
it's
think
like
he
slimy.
still believes in his vaccine conspiracy theories, though. He hasn't backed down on that.
100%.
But I did think that the brainworm was as weird as it could possibly get for him. What could possibly be weirder?
Taking a selfie with a dead bear cub he picked up on the side of the
Totally.
road.
And what I loved about this was he had to declare this. So basically, there's a thing in politics called taking out the trash, which is when you know a compromising story is going to be leaked, you have to get in front of it and say it yourself.
Imagine if I had to do my equivalent of that. Guys, have you got 5 days, a lot of whiskey in a padded room?
Every objectionable, worrying, or
actually-
concerning thing. Actually, what's the worst?
I actually feel like my live shows are a version of Take the Trash Out. Don't you think?
Well, yeah, and that's another strategy because Obama wrote all his books, and that included, like, he admitted to using cocaine and stuff like that.
Well, Kamala had to take the trash out when they admitted Doug cheated on his first wife
That's
with
right.
the nanny.
Yeah.
Oh, that story's moved out quick.
But then the first wife and he are still clearly they're
Best
all on board
mates.
with best mates,
They're best
raising
mates.
the kids with
That's big of her.
Mamala.
Would you forgive your husband for cheating on you with the nanny who's in charge of taking care of your children? What's going on while you're not there? That's big ups. 1 point score for white women. Good forgiveness. Doug's ex-wife. Yep. Anyway,
Right.
that was her trash taken out. Yes.
But his trash taking out, he had to.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to tell the whole story.
He was driving, and on the side of the road, he noticed a dead bear cub. So he pulled over and decided to put it in the back of his truck.
Mm-hmm.
He then drove to New York, had an expensive dinner
Still, the bear cub is in the truck.
in New York City.
That's right.
Then he decides to go out and take a few selfies with the bear cub with his finger in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Then he inexplicably takes it to Central Park.
No. He then found out, change of plans, that he had
to go to the airport.
And then he's like, oh, but hang on.
Oh, I've got this thing. in
Yeah.
my boot.
What do you do?
I mean, and what do you do? And he did, I think, what any person would have done, in that he staged a crime scene saying that a cyclist ran over this poor bear cub that was in Central Park.
Yeah, so he laid it out in such a way that it would look like it was struck and killed in Central Park. But of course, it became a sensation because everyone's like, there's bears in Central Park? How? How has this happened? And all these Central Park park rangers were going, honestly, that we do not think this bear could have come from Central Park. And it became a bit of a New York media thing, but no one knew until this moment how the hell that bear had gotten there.
The amount of poor decisions.
No.
From the moment he saw the bear, this is like baby reindeer all over again. He had so many opportunities
Yes.
to not fuck it.
Yeah.
Didn't he pick it up because he was planning on eating it?
Yes, that bit of the story was taken out.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah, it wasn't just.
I didn't even question why the man picked it up. I
No.
thought he was going to do something gruesome with it, like taxidermy
it is
or
true
something.
that the initial picking up of the bear is actually the least weird, and even that is so weird. But I
That's the
think
thing
it was,
I questioned least. I'm
Yeah.
like, I thought taxidermy. Weird
yeah,
wall hanging.
or maybe it's just not good to have a rotting bear or something like that. Maybe
But,
helping,
I've
I
got
don't know.
dinner at 7,
Oh,
so if
yeah,
I just
pop it in the
I've
boot.
just put in the boot, should be fine. Oh shit, that's right. I've got to the airport. I'll just stage a crime in Central Park, JFK, to the airport named after my uncle.
What?
Isn't JFK in it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just before I head off to my uncle's airport, I'm just going to ditch
yeah.
the bear cub's
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
Oh, I won't just toss it over the side near a bin. I will make like, was that like his secret vendetta against cyclists being revealed? Like, why a cyclist?
Oh, I know.
And what did he do? And how did we come to the conclusion it was a cyclist? Like, did he go and find a bike and run it over this poor dead bear cub's body so it had tire marks? Like, how did we come down to what did he do?
I think it was that he put it in the specifically right on the cycling track, so that people were like, "Well, what must have hit it with
you
this
know
force
this
there?"
man made fake track marks on that
I
bear.
hope so.
Anyway, this is the thing you had to declare.
It's a brilliant Halloween costume for whoever wants it.
Just don't go as Raygun, all right? Just fucking don't do it.
That we should brace ourselves for that. It will be endless. There will be so many ray guns
I have
at
lost
Halloween.
so much of my life
That
to the
reggae
breakdancing.
remix of PIMP is going to be ringing out at Halloween. Anyway, this is going to be in the sealed section. If M makes it that far.
Don't worry, darling, the sequel is currently occurring. And I'm talking about a fucking shit train wreck of a PR.
Campaign.
Yeah.
Although
on.
it does look like the film itself is going to be making a lot more money than that film made.
We Speak of It Ends With Us, the book written by Colleen Hooves, beloved on Book Talk.
Yes, and
I didn't like it.
I was completely oblivious to it. Did you find it on Book Talk?
No, it was just
Can I ask, and I'm going to sound so old, is Book Talk, is it just like people talking about
Yes.
what their favourite books are? Right.
Yes. And it's also a place where books are now getting like optioned for movies.
I know it's huge and it's having a huge cultural impact. It's just, I never would have predicted TikTok being so good for books.
But there's also a lot of like little movie shorts being made from Book Talk, like amateur authors writing their fiction and then it being picked up for shorts. Like it's a whole thriving, and Book Talk now pretty much decides what's in and what's out.
Yeah.
It's very powerful.
Forget Oprah's book club.
Pretty much. It is. It's the new Oprah's book club for
Right.
sure. It's run by, witchy Generation Zs, which I love, by the way. All for it. It Ends With Us. I didn't like the book. I just thought it was...
Quick précis, a woman in an abusive relationship.
Yes. Grows up with an abusive father, witnesses the father be quite abusive toward the mother, recreates that in her own life.
Okay.
Unwillingly.
Gets out of it? Sort of.
No.
Maybe. Okay.
I don't like the... Yeah. I won't spoil it for people, but
right.
sort of, but not really. Blake Lively is playing Lily Bloom, who's a florist.
And it was released in directly opposite, well, not on the same day, but soon after Deadpool and Wolverine. So a married couple going head-to-head at the box office, and she won.
No, but you would think that it was almost like the Wolverine Deadpool featuring This Ends With Us crossover, because this is where we're having a problem.
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds is far too involved in the This Is Us promo.
All right.
And the man who actually directed it and starred in it is nowhere to be found. This is what's been going on. So you will have seen press shots of Blake Lively everywhere on theme. It looks
Wearing
like she's
Britney's
attending
dress.
Outgrown. Everything's floral.
Yeah.
Everything is floral because Lily Bloom is a florist, and the
Okay.
book has this weird kind of... It's a bit clumsy in that even beautiful flowers can grow in rotten dirt.
Okay.
So there's flowers. They were handing out flowers at premieres. Like, it's a whole floral thing.
Gotcha.
So she's been everywhere looking very glamorous, and Ryan's been with her, and it's been the whole this thing. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni, who optioned the script, who approached the author, got the screenplay, who directed it, and who actually plays opposite her as the abusive partner.
Oh.
He's the lead.
Oh, wow.
He's
okay.
the star
Yep.
and the director, has been MIA from every single press junket except one, where he had a photo just with his wife, not with the cast. Quick check on Instagram. The entire cast have unfollowed him. He's following everyone else. Not one cast member is following him anymore.
Right.
And here is where I started going a bit deeper. So from what I can tell, Blake Lively has been taking a film about domestic violence and using it as an opportunity to sell her shampoo line, her vodka line or gin
As you
line.
do. Well, it's
whatever
all
she
for
does.
a good cause.
And, everything's very, very light and fluffy. I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of you saw the cross-promotion where Ryan Reynolds interviewed her love interest from the film, and then Ryan Reynolds' mum came in. It was a bit weird.
Yes.
And the whole time I was watching this delightful little, and even Hugh Jackman came in to interview, I'm like, isn't this film about domestic violence? Shouldn't we be speaking to that? And shouldn't we be promoting crisis centres and helplines? It just really felt weird. And I'm not the only one who feels like that. It seems that Book Talk and the online world in general are siding with Justin Baldoni and not Blake and Ryan. I'm hearing there's two different cuts of the film.
Yes.
How does this happen? How can that even be allowed?
Oh, I mean, look, generally what happens is that if the producers are unhappy with the director's cut, they might go away separately and recut
that's
it
happened.
themselves. Yes. And I imagine she might be a producer
She is
in
a
it
producer,
as well. And obviously she
absolutely.
has an enormous amount of clout.
Became besties with the author too. Smart.
Smart.
When the white women band together.
So that's not uncommon. I mean, it's really unfortunate when it happens. God, I wish I could give particular examples.
Can you? Can you?
I can actually, but like even in an Australian sense, I can. I'm trying to think of what the most famous sort of...
Even in an Australian sense, you can?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's none of my projects, but I've certainly known friends that are working on things where the director
I
gets...
thought you were alluding to Australia. No.
Oh, no. That was
No.
Baz all the way through.
Some would say clearly.
The
No interference
what
on
I'm-
the creative journey.
What
there.
I'm hearing about this, and correct me, you've done the deep
I do,
dive.
I have.
They went in, she did her own cut
Correct.
of it, but then the audience tested it and people preferred the
His.
original cut. And so that is so we are seeing actually the director's cut, and her
Yes.
attempt to recut it was
Yes.
not successful with an audience.
Yes, and there's been a big rift between her camp and his camp. And from what I can tell, he also got asked, because obviously it's made a shit ton of money and people are speaking sequel, and all he said was, I think Blake's probably best suited to direct that.
Ooh.
Oh!
Wow.
This whole thing is problematic to me because you have, first of all, a male director shooting a story about domestic violence through the eyes of a woman, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, it would have been nice to have, it would have been great if you
Yeah.
had to option this and then hired a female director and just starred in it. Great dude, you believe in the story, you star in it, you be a producer, but let's hire a great female director to get it through, the female gaze and shoot it from a uniquely female perspective. This film is a story about women. So that's weird that he's in there involved anyway. It's doubly weird that she's using a film about domestic violence to spruik alcohol and hair care and fashion. So again,
weird on weird.
And having Hugh Jackman and her husband, who are currently promoting
Yeah,
a
it's
massive
too
action flick,
irreverent.
being involved in the promo for a film about domestic violence, it stinks. I'm sorry. This week, so many things have come into my sphere where I've been like, am I losing my mind? Am I the... Why is this so obviously on the nose, and why
Is no one feeling as queasy as you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have honestly, the breakdancing has ruined my life.
Or has it opened your eyes? Are you cracked open?
So anyway, I'll be very interested to see how this plays out because it's
Will
getting...
you see the movie? Nah.
No.
Wait till it's streaming.
I won't even watch it then.
Okay.
It's grim.
Okay.
I don't want to watch it.
No.
And I also know how it ends, and it's a crap ending. I thoroughly disagree with the ending. Because basically the book says, if a dude kind of tries to fix himself, we should maybe sympathise with him because he tried. Fuck off. I have no patience.
All right, we're here. There can only be one thing left to talk about.
No, before
we're
we
not.
head into
Okay.
the sealed section, we did forget one very important cultural phenomenon, and that was right in our pocket this week. We are heading into sealed section where I shouldn't have chucked my notes on the ground.
I know, because I don't worry, I'll collect them. It's
We
all right.
will be talking about what happened at the Olympics with the breakdancing and how it's ruined my life.
Oh, we've got more Olympics.
Before we head to that part of the Olympics, the closing ceremony did take place. And as is tradition, the closing ceremony, one country hands the baton over to the next hosting country. So what we saw was Paris handed over to LA.
Do you remember when Atlanta handed it over to Sydney? And all of Australia had a meltdown because they had the inflatable kangaroos on the bikes. Sign of thing to come. Anyway, sorry. Everything comes back to Raygun at the moment. Everything
back
does.
to Raygun.
She has absolutely broken the space-time continuum at this
How
point.
ironic she has a PhD in cultural influences and phenomena.
But that made all of Australia panicked about what our opening ceremony was going to look like because they thought it was too cheap and terrible and embarrassing. And in actual fact, our opening ceremony was pretty amazing. Still stands up, a lot of it.
I mean, that instinct was kind of spot on. Nikki Webb said he'd fly across. I mean, thank God.
No, Nikki, yeah, but I semi-defend it.
As camp,
Yeah, but there was some genuinely great stuff in our opening ceremony, and the First Nation section was really impressive, and the Under the Sea section, and it was good, and it actually told a historic story, a coherent story, I should say.
who'd have thought including some kind of cultural diversity in something would actually make it better? What?
And it was a real breakthrough for a lot of First Nations artists.
We had the drag acts, and no one got upset.
We had the drag acts,
We
and we
had
had the full man
Priscilla.
from Snowy River running around.
And nobody was worried about the children then.
No,
Our
that's right.
times have
We had
changed.
Kylie singing ABBA.
Anyway, in this occasion, my theory is a white woman millennial got her hands on some money and was told, we need you to sell LA to the rest of the world. And all the Gen Zs were yelling at her, and she's like, fuck you all. My parting gesture will be to put the Red Hot Chili Peppers in mesh vests on stage. So relevant to the next generation.
Karen.
Yeah, so great. So Billie Eilish was there remotely, weirdly, at some yacht. And I'm thinking that was strange. Snoop Dogg, again, such a relevant character to today's music. And Tom Cruise will be the face.
Last but certainly not least.
Again.
Most prominently.
Extremely relevant.
Well, look.
My kids barely know who he is.
Really?
And in 4 years, Chella will be, she only knows because she's my daughter. But if you asked, honestly, to trouble the scorer on Tom Cruise for anyone over 20, they'd struggle.
I still feel like in terms of the American celebrity that most people in the world could identify.
TikTok don't care about Tom Cruise.
Well, I know, but it's not just TikTok.
Well, it actually is when you look at the world now.
Mm.
That's truly the standard. You are showing your aged.
But it's also like, I mean, the Top Gun, that reboot is the biggest film that's been for decades.
Because old people are still going to the cinema.
Right, okay. Well, look.
But the moment we speak of that we want to watch now is Tom Cruise arriving at the Stade Paris, whatever it is. Lady Gaga-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lady Gaga
but did you also, you saw the golden person that came down from the roof
Daft
and
Punk.
danced? Yes.
Aldi Daft Punk.
Yes, but did you spend the whole time thinking which diva is this going to be? Because it was a mask and it did look electrifyingly like an insect, which made me think of Gaga's thing. And I was just like, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? The answer was no one. It was just a dancer.
I found the diva, old mate that sung, what did she sing? What was her name? She was incredible and she sang a song I would never have thought to sing, but it was amazing. Can we look up the Paris closing ceremony? She's diva. She had a one-word name, very French, and she sang, this can kill me because I watched it thinking, yes, you are amazing. She was wearing couture vintage Dior. She looked amazing. Of course, I can't remember the designer and not her fucking name. Anyway.
Is it Yasult?
Yes, Yasult.
Yeult.
And what did she sing?
My Way?
That's it. She did Frank Sinatra's My Way, but sang it like a diva. Like it was huge, like Aretha was singing it. And she had this amazing Dior, and it was just like, it was a fucking moment. Like she stole it for me. She outsang, she slayed it was everything got slayed. And then Tom Cruise arrived.
Well, we're not showing her. Let's look at Tom Cruise.
I know. Here he is. I can't believe he doesn't have a boner. Look at him. Good face work.
Oh, I think his face is really great.
Because you have to be thinking about the gravity. Look at him. Oh, my God, look at this guy.
Tom's going to do his own stunts.
Okay, stop.
Yeah. Look, I'm impressed at this point. I can't deny it. And also, it takes me back to Gaga at the Super Bowl. Her one was clearly pre-recorded. Although I will say that when she was lowered down, she had more panache because she was like doing her little shaky dance.
Cockroach just been sprayed with Mortine.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think he executes this look to the camera very well. And I'd be absolutely shitting myself.
Are we all just forgetting? Like, are we just all not making eye contact about how problematic this man is? Are we just not making eye contact about that? Are we all just cool? Are we just cool?
What, because of the Scientology?
Amongst other things.
Well, yeah, okay.
Are we just cool?
Sure.
Are we just being cool? Okay, sure. Go. So casual.
Yeah.
What's the thing on his leg? Is that the break?
They wondered how
I didn't
it would be
understand.
possible to follow in the
it the
footsteps
torch?
of Paris 2024. It turns out it's far from a mission
He's lowering
impossible.
down.
Oh, no, it's a...
Lowering himself down on the zip
I
line.
would expect nothing less from Tom Cruise to do his own stunts and to
And it's
make
a
an
beautiful
entrance like
landing.
that.
Look at that. And he manages to... Oh, her. I love her. She's amazing. I feel like she's Prince Reborn. I genuinely think that's Prince Reborn. Okay, stop. This is who they should have featured for LA. She is a musician. You don't understand. This woman's, her singing and her playing, she was kind of there for a Super Bowl performance too. I was trying to think she was, but I just feel like I would have led with her for LA and had Tom maybe come in, not as the feature, but had her come in, sing, get on the bike. That would have been cool. Next generation black woman, amazing artist, very popular on the TikTok. Have both coming together, if you will. Okay, and play. Oh.
He was out at the venue, some.
When does he get on the bike?
Well, it suddenly feels LA and Hollywood, doesn't it?
That is a full dose.
Oh, he's high-fiving the crowd.
Hollywood.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Great.
We're getting it in slow-mo, I think.
He's touching.
Absolute thrill.
Everyone's touching him.
Coming off the roof of the
Oh,
Stade de
wow.
France.
Oh, it's all the athletes. Okay.
I don't know that Mariah
Oh, unauthorized kiss.
I think Tom can do whatever the heck he wants.
She went too far. She's going to get in trouble from security. Oh, this is a lot. I didn't realize this was so long. Can we fast forward to him? His face looks good. His face
Oh,
looks
I
good.
think so, yeah.
Can we fast forward to him? He's on the bike. He gets on the motorbike.
This is
And
incredible.
I believe Tom's going to drive this
So-
straight to Los Angeles.
we can turn the volume down now. It's too loud in my ears. It's hurting me. Yeah, just leave it playing. So Paris gave us ice horses, stunning drag queens, Gaga, magistry, artistry, beautiful.
Gave us better Americans than America.
America has given us Tom Cruise and a motorbike with a flag. And where's his helmet? It's facing Elio said it's not wearing a helmet, Mum.
Oh, that's good. You've raised him well. You've raised a safety conscious child. Also, then we go into a very extended bit of pre-filmed. And if I ever note, it's that I think they're overdosing on pre-filmed sections in these things. Like, we want a live spectacular and not cut to a very obviously
Yeah. Can
pre-filmed
we
thing.
fast forward to when he's driving past the Eiffel Tower? Because that is ridiculous. And we're about to get Emily in Paris new season as well, which is just so exciting. Here he comes, the Arc de Triomphe. Here he is. The Chili Peppers playing in the background.
Of course. Nothing but the most cutting-edge music.
There he is with his flag. When did they film this? I'm telling you, a millennial... Okay, for 2024, we're going to have the Chili Peppers with Tom Cruise.
Amazing. No, 2032. Oh, no, sorry. Yes.
Right now,
Yeah.
this is the most relevant the US think they are. Does this not... Look at this vision.
Yeah.
The Chili Peppers with Tom Cruise. And is this...
But also they're singing Californication, so then they're taking it to California.
I get it.
So, but they could have taken Chappell Roan has a California
Party in
song.
the USA, Miley. He's driven into the back of a plane.
Yeah, of course.
He's going to have a long time waiting.
He is.
Who's he calling? I'm on my way. Who did he... Kamala?
I hope so.
But is that now that they're flying him on the bike with the flag
Yeah.
to LA?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. And do you think they'll have filmed him arriving and handing... What's
who
going
could
on? I
say?
missed this bit.
Oh, really?
I didn't
the
see this bit.
parachuting.
He parachutes?
Oh, skydives. Of course.
Stop it.
Of course. He loves it. He and Nicole used to do it when they're together.
Is this...
Yeah.
His hair looks so good.
It's really strong hairline.
What the hell?
I know.
Tom Cruise is now skydiving.
Yeah.
He's got to do the most.
He does. It's
He's-
effort. See, and you
it's-
do love a try hard.
It's M.
And
Russiano's...
you'd have to say this is try hard.
This is the stand-up. This is my stand-up version of an Olympic flag handover.
It is.
It's not just enough to give it to him. He's like, no, I want to skydive. I want a fucking motorbike. I want a plane, and then I want to jump out a skydive again.
That's right.
I want to sure. Whatever. Let's just not talk about how problematic he is. Okay.
But I think the thing about this Olympics, the amount of viral things that have happened, like when I think back to Rio.
There's only 3 things that happened this Olympics.
Okay. What would you define them?
Dick Vault.
I'm so glad that everyone says that because I started to worry about my algorithm. There was a period of time where I would say every second post on every platform
Dick
was
Vault
that guy's dick.
Needs to send Raygun a
But see,
bunch of flowers.
I got more dicks than that. Basically,
Did you get dive a dick?
Yeah, dive dick.
I think that depends. If you're gay, you would have
I got a
deviated
lot
into
of
dive a dick.
Jules Boyer.
He ended up having to cover himself. That was a bit much.
Yeah, I got a lot of
You
him.
all made him feel so objectified, he ended up covering himself.
It was the algorithm. It wasn't me. Did I click? I guess I must have. I got him. I got Tom Daly's son's wearing the "That's My Papa" thing. Hi, gay. I loved it though.
Yeah, no, I love it, but that's the gay algorithm.
Celine, if we're counting that was the.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything to do with the women's boxing and all of that was just but was so ugly and horrible and anger-inducing that it's still painful. But that completely consumed. There was also the pole vaulter that got halfway up and then sprung back. I saw a lot of that. Everyone getting E. coli and being sick after swimming in the Seine, and then
Raygun and Dick Vault.
oh yeah, Dick Vault. Dick Vault was huge.
But his statement ended me. I cackled.
What was his statement?
It was it was a big disappointment.
Oh.
Yes, it was, sir.
He'll be fine.
With that comedic timing. All right. We're heading into the sealed section where we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the situation.
What's the moment that Em's life was ruined.
I'm going to be saying surprisingly little.
Oh, I don't believe it. That's what she says now.
No, because anything I say, I'll get attacked.
All right. Do you want me to pick up your
say
notes?
it, though. It's fine. All right. Heading in now to sealed section. If you want to hear us talk about Raygun, that's now. Bye.
To enjoy today's sealed section of Emsolation, upgrade your experience and join the Extra family with our premium service, Emsolation Extra. You get 2 bonus episodes direct to your favourite podcast app every week in an exclusive feed, as well as an Ask Me Anything where Em and Michael answer your questions. There's over 70 other episodes awaiting you already, plus you'll also get Instagram close friends access, ticket pre-sales, merch discounts, and heaps more. Help Em keep this independent neurodivergent business alive by supporting us for less than $2 a week on our yearly plan or less than $2.50 a week on our monthly plan. Just sign up at emsolation.supercast.com now. Emsolation is recorded at Down the Hill Studios, hosted by Em Rossiano with Michael Lucas. Executive produced by Benjamin Wasley, produced by Em Rossiano. Edited by Ezekiel Fenn and videos by James Henderson. Socials by Benjamin Wasley, Em Rossiano and Marcella Rossiano Barrow, with assistance from Jem Evans and Isabella Hines. Follow us on Instagram at Emsolation Podcast, or you'll find a link in our bio so you can sign up for our weekly newsletter, join other Emsolators of the Emsolation Group on Facebook, follow our YouTube and TikTok channels, and so much more. Help us out by sharing Emsolation with your friends, give us a 5-star rating, and make sure you're following us by hitting the follow button on your favourite podcast app. Thanks for listening and or watching this week's episode, and we can't wait to chat with you again soon.